Long before the emerald allure of Wicked captivated theaters with its prequel magic and powerhouse voices, the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz enchanted the world with its technicolor dreams and timeless tale of homecoming. Adapted from L. Frank Baum's 1900 novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the film whisked young Judy Garland as Dorothy Gale from the sepia-toned plains of Kansas into the kaleidoscopic land of Oz, where ruby slippers clicked against yellow brick roads and unlikely companions. The Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion, joined her quest to beseech the enigmatic wizard for a way back. Perils abounded: the Wicked Witch of the West's fiery wrath, Flying Monkey's chaotic dives, Poppy's hypnotic sway. Yet amid the spectacle, the cast's real lives pulsed with their own dramas, particularly in matters of the heart. These weren't scripted fairy tales but flesh and blood romances, passionate elopements, enduring partnerships, heartbreaking partings, that mirrored the film's themes of longing and belonging. As Wicked, For Good dazzles screens on November 21st, exploring Oz's origins through Ariana Grande's Glinda and Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba, it's a poignant moment to revisit the original ensemble's off-screen loves, tales of secret weddings, lifelong devotions, and the quiet joys that anchored Hollywood's golden age icons. At the epicenter was Judy Garland, the 16-year-old prodigy whose Dorothy became synonymous with innocence and pluck, her voice soaring through Over the Rainbow, like a siren's call to wanderers. But Garland's path to stardom and love was labyrinthine, marked by 5 marriages that spanned glamour's highs and tragedy's depths. Her first union, to composer David Rose in 1941, bloomed amid MGM's whirlwind but wilted under studio pressures. They separated in 1943, divorcing the next year amid whispers of Garland's rising stardom clashing with Rose's steadier world. Enter Vincente Minnelli, the visionary director whose Meet Me in St. Louis had already showcased her talents. They wed in 1945, their creative synergy birthing daughter Liza Minnelli in 1946, a fiery redhead destined for her own spotlight. Yet Hollywood's grind, endless diets, grueling shoots, strained their bond, leading to a 1951 split. Garland's third chapter with producer Sidney Luft, from 1952 to 1965, brought stability and 2 more children. Lorna in 1952, Joey in 1955. Luft championed her comeback, but infidelity and financial woes eroded their foundation. A brief 1965 marriage to actor Mark Herron lasted mere months, dissolving into acrimony. Her final act, tragically brief, was with Mickey Deans, a promoter 12 years her junior, whom she wed in March 1969 in a London ceremony bathed in fragile hope. "This is it," Garland declared post-vows, her voice trembling with rare certainty. "For the first time in my life I am really happy. Finally, I am loved." 3 months later, at 47, she succumbed to a barbiturate overdose in their apartment, Deans discovering her in the quiet dawn. Garland's loves, turbulent as Oz's twisters, reflected a woman forever chasing the wizardry of wholeness, her legacy enduring through her children's triumphs and the film's eternal glow. Contrast this with Frank Morgan, the wizard himself, a blustery showman whose booming voice and twinkling eyes masked a tender hearth. As the fraudulent yet benevolent humbug behind the curtain, Morgan embodied paternal wisdom, but his real-life romance with Alma Muller was a bastion of quiet fidelity. They met in 1912 at a Hoboken graduation dance, Muller visiting her grandmother when Morgan, then a budding actor, swept her into a waltz that lingered. After 2 years of courtship, they eloped in March 1914, a clandestine affair sealing vows and secrecy. Their son George arrived in 1916, a bright spark amid early marital tempests, financial strains from Morgan's stage flops, The Great War's shadows. Yet they weathered it, Muller becoming his anchor through Broadway's roar and Hollywood's call. Morgan, famed for the affairs of Cellini, doted on her with handwritten notes and surprise picnics, their bond unyielding until his 1949 heart attack at 59. Muller found him peacefully in sleep, her grief a testament to over 3 decades of shared dreams. Ray Bolger, the Scarecrow whose floppy-limbed dance evoked farm boy yearning for brains, found his intellectual and emotional match in Gwendolyn Rickard. A vaudeville veteran with a rubbery grace honed in Ziegfeld reviews, Bolger met Rickard in 1920 showbiz circles, their 1929 wedding a jubilant affair blending tap shoes and wedding bells. For 58 years until Bolger's 1987 cancer death at 83, they danced through life's rhythms, his Where's Charlie? Triumphs, her steadfast support amid tours. "We had a long and happy marriage," Rickard reflected post-loss. "We loved one another a great deal. Their partnership was Oz-like. No grand quests, just steady steps down life's yellow brick road." Bert Lahr, the cowardly lion whose bombastic roars hit a quaking heart, roared with genuine ferocity in love. His first marriage to Mercedes Delpino yielded son Herbert, but divorce paved the way for Mildred Schroeder, a Ziegfeld folly siren whose elegance captivated him. Wed in February 1940, they built a family with John, a future theater critic, and Jane. Schroeder's initial skepticism, "I never believed in marrying an actor," melting into devotion. "I thought one should marry a businessman," she later confided, but Lahr's shyness won her. Until his 1967 death at 72, their home echoed with laughter, Lahr's vaudeville tales mingling with Schroeder's grace notes. Jack Haley, the Tin Man creaking for a heart, found his in performer Florence McFadden, his vaudeville partner in McFadden and Haley. At 19 and 24 they wed, their acts harmony spilling into life. Daughters Gloria and son Jack Jr., Liza Minnelli's husband from 1974 to 1979, filled their days. Haley's higher and higher success buoyed by McFadden's quiet strength. Over 50 years until Haley's 1979 passing, theirs was a love oiled by shared spotlights. Finally, Billie Burke, Glinda the Good Witch whose bubbly wand waves dispensed wisdom, enchanted producer Florenz Ziegfeld. Meeting on New Year's Eve 1913, he dashed home for formal attire before courting her, their 1914 Hoboken wedding sparking an 18-year idyll. Daughter Patricia arrived amid Ziegfeld's Follies empire, but his 1932 death at 65 left Burke to sparkle alone. Yet her Glinda role honored their legacy of theatrical magic.